Welcome to this year's tour. This is, as usual, two normal numpties just touring Europe on our GS's. This year the trip started at a ridiculous 3 AM as we had to catch the 8 AM Poole to Cherbourg ferry. We had a bizarre first encounter with swans on a flyover. Can you get the joke there? The only piece of motorway we touched, but we made it in good time to the boat, enough time for a cuppa in the local park before boarding, first test of our kit on the bike. This was home territory for me as I grew up here. But unfortunately it was my daughter's prom the night before, so I slept through most of it. This is about all you'll hear from me on the trip because, let's face it, Dave's the entertaining one with his quirky Midland ways, so relax and enjoy the trip.
What was the French for this shandy?
It was panaché. I thought we were ordering a very strong beer because it only sold in halves.
Oh, right, okay.
Unfortunately, we appear to have ordered a shandy. It's a little bit embarrassing.
And you got up to go to the loo, like, but...
And your fat ass got in the way.
Who got soaked though, that's the thing.
Yeah, I got soaked, yeah. I'm actually having to stand here in the sun to dry my own legs out. Yeah, I'm walking all the way back to the hotel looking like I've pissed myself.
Right.
Cheers, Dave. Looking a bit red there, mate.
Come on, we've got to go and get another drink.
How's your head today, Mr. Truman?
Oh, good today. I don't think we had that much to drink, did we?
Just a bit of homemade sangria, some affligans, some red wine. Yeah, that was a bit strong,
that was, but...
well, to be honest, most of it went in my lap, so yeah.
Yeah, well, that was a bit of a oversight by me.
Yeah, just stopped for a nice quick cup of coffee and a lay-by. Look at these lovely straight French roads, look. All the way down there to infinity, and all the way down there to infinity. We've taken refuge, haven't we?
What a travelling day.
Bloody awful weather, wasn't it? Well, it's rained from the hotel.
Well, that's all the way in it, really. And yeah. I think the only thing I can say, it's really wet rain as well, isn't it? Yeah, it's fine rain.
I much prefer that dry rain.
Yeah, it is really wet rain, and people know exactly what I talk about there when I say it's wet rain. But anyway, the new climb suit has lived up to expectations. Snug as a bug in that, even though it cost £1,500.
Say that again for Lynn's benefit.
Oh no, don't say that again. It's you're cutting onto that.
What's going on with France on a Sunday?
It's so quiet, isn't it? It's really dead as a nit, isn't it? It's I mean, I know we've come through all the rural roads and everything else, but it's just a graveyard everywhere in it. There's no people here.
We went through 2 entire towns without seeing a single person. You need a toy together then, Dave?
Yes, this is the new sleeping
cot. This is the Thermarest ultralight cot, isn't it? So I do confess I have bought the same.
So we'll put this together. And,
good job it's not raining.
I know, we'd be in trouble, wouldn't we, if it was raining?
We would, yeah. Fantastic campsite though, right on the beach, even though you can't see the beach. I'm sure I'll
really
show us in a minute. Yeah,
well,
it's a bit of a sand trap.
One piece is beside the point, but it's great.
You're about nervous about driving off with it, haven't you?
Well, we could do a bit of sand.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good practice.
Yes.
You're very brave leaving your tent open.
Why is that?
Because there's little pesky giant. There's little big ants everywhere. Yeah. That size of that little monkey.
Yeah.
That's as big as my fingernail.
But
Yeah.
I think they'd bite as well. Then.
What time's tea ready, Dad?
Another half an hour.
Oh, good.
Just go and have a play for a bit.
Okay, I'll be in the pub. Just text me when it's ready. Today is the first proper outing of the BioLite Camp Stove and Grill. Should be interesting to see how it performs. I'm sure Mr. Truman will no doubt cast his, well, I don't know what he'll cast over it, hopefully nothing malicious. Dave and I decided we were going to bring a hip flask each, so Dave brought his hip flask, which is lovely. It's this lovely Jack Daniels one. Dave, would you get my hip flask for me? There we go, this is what a barbecue grill was made for. Prime Prince steaks. Almost carved them off the cow myself. Dave's on carrots and potatoes duty, and what's that? Shallots, as we are in France.
Do these come from France, these new potatoes?
Jersey
mix, are they?
Yeah, no, we're not from Jersey. Excellent. Have a look on the back, it's probably Tesco Berkshire.
Oh, that's nice. Back on. It's better cut. We're putting it all together now, then.
What do you think of the roads then so far today?
Oh, nice. Yeah, I thought we was in for another wet roads, but that's not bad, is it really? The last hour or so it's been really good, isn't it? It's dry.
Yeah, things have cheered right up, haven't they?
The last hour, the roads were really good. We could get a move on.
Yep.
And I enjoyed that. And I had too much cheese and ham on the last stop.
Bit of indigestion kicking in there.
Yeah, we had indigestion for the last hour.
Well, I'm glad I'm in front of you then. So here we are then, Dave. This is what we've brought you all the way for. This is the highlight of your visit. It's the Museum of Prunes. I mean, what a location, what a place. You know?
Well, this is
got to be one of the best things you've ever seen. An entire museum dedicated to making you poo better.
I think it was about time we really upped the game on the bike trips. Really brought a bit of finesse.
Yeah, well, you know, I didn't want to go
the culture.
And you know, it was a bit expensive, has to be said. You know, I mean, €5 to get in. That's pretty steep. But
it seems like it's a self-service tour.
Mind you, we did get a free prune each, so
yes, that's worth it.
Make sure you get a toilet on the way out. So we've effectively been locked in, haven't we, Dave? But the lady was very insistent we watched the video because apparently it's very interesting.
There's no going back. We got no option. We had to watch it.
Yeah, and she said it's 20 minutes long, unfortunately. So it's time to do some emails. Message your missus.
Fantastic campsite. I think, yet again, despite the odds, you've done okay.
Yeah. Our bikes and tent is just over there. Cannot be closer to the bar. When I say bar, I mean refreshments.
Yes, we've got it. We have got some amenities here. We've got drinks, and we've got food for later on as well.
Dave's got, as usual, we're just in the middle of technology crisis here with all sorts of bits and pieces going on because we've there's drone footage to download. And
so what have we done today? We've done 220 mile maybe or something like that, have we, to get here? So that was just a mere snip, that was, wasn't it? We've got here early.
Well, there was no motorways though. It's taken us like 6 hours of riding.
Yeah, it was all the back roads. We've done well. Stopped on the way for some footage, of the drone flying.
You look like you're concentrating there.
No, I ain't got a clue what you're on about.
You're enjoying the wine?
Yes, enjoying the wine. It's not too bad.
This hardcore adventure motorcycling lifestyle is a difficult one, isn't it?
I think I like all the eating and drinking, but riding the bike, it's just, as I said last year, it gets in the way, doesn't it, really?
You'd rather just skip the riding and get straight to
I think so, that's right.
So the motorbike riding is a necessary evil for the beer, is it?
Yes, that's typical.
I have to say, there are worse places to spend an evening.
No, you've done really well. I must give you full points for this one. It's really good, this campsite.
You've had a very educational day. You've learnt a lot about prunes. So what else?
Something I hated when I was a kid was prunes, but obviously that must have been the cheapest of cheap ones.
Coming out of that mist was nice because it was settled on the campsite last night. Nice bit of bravery, taking my drone up.
We've crossed, I don't know if it's the same river, but we've crossed that river a couple of times.
About 3 times.
Zigzagged over.
Nice bridge. You see that bridge we went across?
Yeah, it's good filming that.
Yeah, I got that on. Hopefully I got that on camera.
Obviously, you must like it here. Then it's been I think it's been quite a few years since I was here, but really nice. The hotels, we've got a hotel just down the road, and we've walked up to the Carcassonne.
So it was a good evening in Carcassonne tonight then?
Yeah, really good, wasn't it? It's a lovely place. I'm glad I suggested it.
Yeah, you did. Tour lead tonight, Dave.
No, it's been really good. We've got an hotel downstairs and
it's not a bad view from the roof here, is it?
That's right. It's got a little bit of a flat roof here to look out.
Oh, I found out what a koi poo was tonight. I thought it was an exotic kind of fish turd, but it's not apparently. It's a river rat.
Yeah, we went down to the river and all of a sudden we thought that was otters and then there was beavers and then we found out that was the river rat, which is a koi poo, I think.
I was just desperate to throw in the nice beaver joke.
Yeah. So we got some pictures of them for half an hour. So and obviously the beer wasn't bad as well. Yeah, Leffy, what we got and.
nervous moment now, Dave.
Flipping hell, I thought my bike had blown up. Oh dear, all disaster. It sounded like the big ends had gone, but obviously now we've discovered that it's the interphone communication.
Your intercom crashed, basically.
Yes.
It was going
And it's, I didn't know what had happened with it. So, but the bike was running normal, and I couldn't weigh up the pros and cons. What's happened? But we're okay now, so we're back on the road. We've got to just do a 25-mile detour for some petrol.
No, we haven't.
Oh,
this is 2 miles, don't we say?
And this is another pro for the, you know, the pros and cons of the GS versus the GSA.
Well, because you've got a big tank, it's much better. I'd probably get about 5 miles more to the gallon out of it.
Yeah, that's it.
You've never gone below half a tank.
Oh God, that was a bloody worry. That was, wasn't it? Flipping hell.
Nice little lunch break then, Dave.
Yes, this is really good. We've worked our way up the mountain. This is, what is it? This is Col de Port, isn't it? 1250 metres.
Yeah, bit of a baby by
Yes,
Poole standards, but it's nice.
Still very nice, all the same. Blue sky, about 35 degrees I should think at the moment. So yeah, it's really good. And obviously I knew you appreciated your stop at Aldi.
Oh, it's
You've got some
disgraceful.
nice food there, you've just enjoyed it.
Can't believe you're taking me in there.
Yeah.
My standards are just nowhere near what they used to be.
So now we've got all this road now. How far did you say? About 70 miles?
No, 80 miles. 80 miles of twisty, nudgery stuff all the way to
And
the
that was
campsite
a
now.
bad planning on your part, really. There isn't a motorway inside.
Yeah, I know, terrible, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're going to actually have to enjoy the riding. It's a disgrace.
Yeah.
Bit of welcome relief, Dave.
Yeah, it's killing me today. What we've done now, we've just done another, 40 mile have we at the most?
25.
25 was it? Oh, it seemed 40. But it's killing me.
It's about 35 degrees, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm falling apart really. My knees are gone, my feet are gone.
Yeah.
You know, and it's. I think what it is as well. It's slow. The roads are as well, isn't they? And they're winding, so it is slow.
Yeah.
And
so you've got emergency rations,
we've got
ice cream and
we've
Diet
got,
Coke.
Some Pepsi and some ice cream here. That's good living, eh?
Yeah. I would call it survival rations.
Yes, I think so. I think this is a really nice setting for a campsite. Bang on.
And we're in Spain, and being in Spain has its benefits.
We've crossed the border from France to Spain today.
And it also means we're back onto the Australia.
Yes, we're just looking. We've got put up with this tonight. This is not too bad, but we're looking for, what is it, 1906?
We are.
Later on tomorrow, so we should go a bit deeper into Spain.
At least they turn the reggae off as well. It's,
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't know what they're playing now. It's
Yeah, we got rid of reggae music. Yeah. No offence, you know, but we don't want to be slated for it. But 6 hours of reggae music goes a bit much.
Good.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
See, I think she fancies me, definitely. You've got to
she doesn't fancy you, she pities you. We've seen some stuff today. We're at the top of the Col de Soleil, eating a croque monsieur and watching the griffon vultures circling overhead. Fascinating, amazing beasts. Can't get a photo unfortunately, they're too far away, but they've got a 3-metre wingspan and look absolutely amazing from here. Fantastic roads today, all the way up through the hills, and I think we're on our 4th col now. Another day, another col then, Dave?
Oh, brilliant. It's a lovely run up here, fantastic. This is the highest point, isn't it?
2,100 metres, bit windy, that's to be said.
So, a big biking, push bike area, isn't it, really?
Yeah, madness.
Yeah.
There's loads of flat places down the bottom, I don't know what I want to come up here for.
Well, this is it, isn't it? This is what I thought, really. You've got all these mountain passes, and why we've come up here, it's cold. Snow line.
Cold, it's 22 degrees.
And we could have stopped on the motorway. I'm surprised that the speed, when you think you're doing a speed, but it's we ain't done more than 60 and 70 mile an hour.
You can't on those roads, can you? On those tiny little
limit, that's it, isn't it?
back end. And we weren't overtaken by anything.
No,
we were overtaken all the way down,
yeah,
so we weren't slow.
We were a bit quick in the 50 areas and the 70s. We were a little bit quick.
Yeah, don't admit that, because it'll get us in trouble.
Yeah.
Your next thing you'll be saying is I've flown my drone in Spanish airspace.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, no fly zone.
No, you're right though. It's
Yeah.
They were cracking roads. You couldn't really. I mean, I was amazed how quick those cyclists were going down.
Yeah,
they were doing. I was behind one of the guys, and he was doing 55 miles an hour.
Yeah. You couldn't get past
on a
them.
bicycle with a.
And we were behind the ones at the back, but the front ones were already down.
Yeah,
Did you notice?
I know. Church.
Well, we was in the. Andy's filming me. We was just in the church, and you rang, and there's a big sign up: no phones, no phone calls.
He's had lots of people staring at him.
Yeah,
then.
so this is it. You see,
engaging a little bit of Spanish culture. I've got no idea what's going on here, do you?
it's Spanish with a bit of Indian thrown in. Is my hair straight?
No, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Right, here we are then in Zaragoza then, Dave. What do you think?
Yes. Well, it's been a hard day to get here, hasn't it?
Has it? No, it was easy.
Lots of mountain passes, some things we haven't done before.
Six
Absolutely
mountain passes.
brilliant, yeah.
So what do you think of Zaragoza?
Not bad actually, I was quite surprised. When I pulled up outside the hotel, I thought it's going to be
Was that the prostitutes?
Yeah.
I didn't even see them, Dave, so that tells me something.
Yeah, but we had to go back and have a second look though.
Only because we got lost, we had to go round again. And I did believe you second time round.
Yeah.
So how's the, is this our fifth bar?
Yes.
It is, yeah. No, we're having pizza now as well.
We've had enough with tapas, you know, it's a bit too bitty in it, you know.
Yeah, it was. Well, we had tapas beer, beer, pizza, beer.
But so we're going to have a pizza now, and then we're going to go back to the music bar.
The rock and blues bar, that was pretty good. Yeah, we'll get some video in there because the live band starts at 10. Do you think you can stay awake till 10?
I think so, yeah.
We're going to dance. We're going to go back to that rock and blues place.
Yeah, we'll go and have a look at it. Probably too noisy for me, but
it's a bit. Amber Export, 7.2%.
Yeah,
that'll finish you off. Yeah.
We've got to find back the hotel. Don't forget from there.
Coming out and joining us. Vegas feel good. Thank you.
Off-roading then, Dave. You survived.
Yeah, this is just mild, isn't it, to what we're used to, this hardcore off-roaders.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very arid here, isn't it? It's super,
it's really
super
dry and it's hot. It's very hot today, and
Yeah, we're somewhere near about 100 miles outside Zaragoza at the moment. Yeah, very, very arid.
Now we're on the last but one day.
We are heading into Vitoria
So
tonight.
it's the last night tonight, and then we can head towards the boat for tomorrow night.
How's your head after last night?
Oh, fine. I took a couple of tablets this morning, but I'll soon get over that.
Oh, it was nice to see we found the Estrella 1906.
I think, yeah, that's right. That was a good one. We found it, and mind you, I say it was still good. It was a bit tame after that special we had.
That was the Ambar Export.
Yeah, some 7 point.
Or was it the Wolf Dam?
Yeah.
Good band as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, good band.
Cracking band.
Good. It was turned out to be good in the end because we struggled a bit, didn't we, from the car park? It was so hot, and from the car park, and struggled with all our gear to the hotel.
Half a mile walk to the with all the kit. Yeah, so that was grim. Well, it's high cuisine here, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, it's. We're going to have another day of indigestion, aren't we, after this?
Yeah.
Omelette. It is an omelette on a.
It's an omelette sandwich.
Yeah, lovely place. With,
buzzing. Lovely tapas.
we come down to the town. We found this place. This is brilliant. The food's good and the drink as well. It's all right.
Dave's with a bit of a tart.
Yeah, we've had this.
It's the only tart
nice
you've had this
meal.
holiday, isn't it?
We've had this nice meal, steak. John's were.
Oh, that steak was
brilliant.
just
Yeah.
absolutely probably
Classic.
one of the 3 best steaks I've ever had.
Yeah.
What's your highlights?
All the mountain passes. That was really nice, wasn't it?
That was yesterday, wasn't it?
Sorry?
Was that yesterday?
Yesterday was it? Oh well, no, I forgot.
Yeah.
Some parts of Spain that it was the hind end of space. Spain, wasn't it?
Spain's arse. You went through Spain's
Yeah.
arse. So apparently I've made a bit of an error on a couple of errors this
I think
holiday.
this sort of bottle of beer you picked is really shite. I must admit. It was a bit like the one you did a few days ago. Like, what was it going to be? A select beer, and it ended up as being a lager shandy.
I thought Panache had a certain ring to it. It must be an expensive beer, but it turns out Panache is French for shandy. You right over there in the kitchen? It's not a bad little not a bad little pad, this, is it?
No, we had all this kitchen. We could have cooked on it.
I'd just like to say that you know, old people get the benefit, because that's Dave's bedroom, and there's my bedroom there. Because whilst I like him, I don't like him that much.
Yeah, this is the water.
What do you need
this tonight.
Do you? Yeah, a bit of a heavy night.
Take some tablets with it.
You're going to say up at 6 into the gym before we get on the bike. Is that right?
Yes, that's it.
Doing your hair, looks very nice.
Yes.
Yeah. So, good race today?
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? Actually, it turned out better than I thought. I was dreading it. I thought, let's get straight to the ferry, no missing. But actually, this last hour or so has been really nice, hasn't it?
Seem to have gone right into the middle of a bike race, eh?
I think the bike racing obviously realised that's some of the best roads and all that. And, it looks like there was a time trial on or something. But we enjoyed coming up. It was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And got some good footage with the drone and camera.
We stopped ourselves at a little restaurant. And in fact, here comes your glass. Hey, it's posh, isn't it? It's posh, isn't it, Luke?
What's this then?
I have no idea.
Is this the mixed salad?
I still have no idea. It's going to be for you, that is.
It's anyway, we'll give it a try. This is all adventure stuff. This is.
So we've just stopped at the bottom of the valley now, haven't we? From that
Yes.
pass, just grab ourselves a little lunch.
We've
Any place
heard
we could find.
adventure
Oh, bloody
biking.
hell, I hope you're hungry, Dave.
Adventure biking. This is adventure eating.
I'll say, look at that, Jesus.
Look at that. That's a.
When you stop for a bit of light lunch, they've only got one menu, it's €12.50, so
Yeah.
delights such as Russian cheekbone and...
We've got a full. It looks like a full cut-up pan. But,
So, tell me about your two favourite things, which are your allotment and opera singers.
oh no, I couldn't go into that. We ain't got enough time.
Okay, who's your favourite opera singer?
Probably Caruso. In about 1901, they commissioned him to sing 12 arias, and that started the gramophone off, really.
You said he recorded some Mozart aria and it was the best one
Oh
ever
yes,
recorded.
John McCormack.
Ah,
Yes,
see,
he was an Irish
I've got a
tenor.
good memory.
Yeah, he was an Irish tenor, probably the greatest Irish tenor that's ever lived. And he was always singing Irish songs. And he said he'll record Mozart. And they obviously made a comment and saying, well, you couldn't sing Mozart. And he sang it, and it still stands probably as the greatest recording of a piece called Il mio tesoro on record.
Yeah.
So, you know, there you go.
So tell us about your allotment.
Well, the allotment come about because I now retired 2 years ago. I joined the gym and I went 3 times and I thought, this is not for me, and I cancelled this. And as I walked past the allotment, I've joined the allotment society.
You might need to explain for our American viewers what an allotment actually is.
Well, allotment is a sort of a council or a piece of land which you can rent.
So it's
and
like when
grow
you,
items.
it's like when you put an old cow out to pasture.
That's it.
You put old men out to allotment.
Yeah, so it's coming on. I mean, it was 4 foot high in grass, and so it's a case of cultivating it and planting some vegetables in.
And you've worked out now that you've spent a few £100 on it, and you've got some tomatoes.
Yeah, we got tomatoes growing, runner beans,
Bloody
cabbages.
expensive tomatoes.
Yeah, you know, so I'm out of pocket by about £300, like, you know, but we can recoup that maybe over the next 20 years.
It's more the principle. It just keeps
Yes.
you off the streets, doesn't it?
That's definitely.